Hi, I'm Everett Abrams, the Wizard of Wood, and today I want to talk about change orders and how they affect your business. So I was just in Atlanta, and I was down at the huge convention in the Marriott Marquis in Atlanta, downtown. And it was interesting because I went there to teach a wood class. By the way, great convention, new ownership group, first time they were together, and what a job they really did. It was I was honored to be there. It was great. It was a great deal. But anyway, I had about 30 students in the class to teach the exterior wood restoration class. And when I teach the classes, I also go over business stuff. A lot of people talk about these crazy things today, like scaling and automating and systems. And I hate to tell you, but that's what any good business does. Anyway, they put systems in place and they do these things, but we don't talk about sustaining a business. And when you sustain a business, you'll get a lot of business tips from somebody like me, because that's what I've done. I've been 30 years in the business of what I do, and the way you get there is because of things like change orders. And the reason I bring that up in this video is, and today we're not going to talk about wood so much, although deck restoration plus deck and wood stains, best deck stains out there. Today's a business topic, and I'm in the class, and I asked how many people use change orders, and I have 30 business owners or business people in the class. Not one person raised their hand. Most people said, "What is a change order?" To me, that was like, holy wow, because you can't run a service business without a change order. And the reason I say that is because we're kind of governed in business by the Consumer Fraud Act. Our contracts are made up so that they do not violate the Consumer Fraud Act. So when we create a contract or proposal with our customers, then that is the work we're outlined to do, and there's certain things, that's why you get a lawyer and so forth, that guide us, and it protects both us as the business, and it also protects the customer. So when something changes in the scope of the proposal or the estimate, then what happens is, a lot of people say, well, you made the estimate, you messed up the estimate, you got to honor it and so forth. Well, sometimes we do that, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes what happens is the scope of the job changes, and when that does, we use something called a change order. And a change order is a document, and that document keeps us legal and keeps us within the Consumer Fraud Act. And what that change order does is, if there is any change to the job, you fill it out, you get it signed by both parties, and then you do the work for the extra amount. A business shouldn't lose money because the job changed for whatever reason, or there was something that's different, when you start the job and as you go through it, that there's something to do. Now, case in point, I'll give you a real world scenario because it happened to me. A free service has a value, and that should require a change order as well. And you say, well, what do you mean, Everett? What I mean is, if you do something free for a customer, that should also be a change order, and you want to submit that to the customer, because otherwise you violate the Consumer Fraud Act. They wouldn't have to pay you. So what happened is, we had restored a home. It was actually for, I'm not going to use the woman's name, but if you're local, you may know. But anyway, her husband had passed away. She had a handicapped son. Long story short, she went to school with my father. Would go and have coffee with her. We get done the job. She paid the deposit. We got done the job, and she just told me she didn't have the money. So I got a lawyer, and when we went to court, everything was okay with the contract and the work we had done. What the violation or the problem was we had done a couple free services. One is they needed the front walkway cleaned, and we threw that in there. And we also, to finish the job, we needed to pull or trim back 3 large bushes along the one side of the house. She was going to have a landscaper come in. Landscaper never came in. At this point, I just really never think she called anybody anyway, if she didn't have the money. And we ended up trimming them back, pulling them back, and we did the work. So when it was asked of me by the lawyer if I provided any other services, even for free, did I? I said yes. Did we document that with a change order? And the answer was no. So the change order. if you were to replace more boards on a deck, if you were to find some rotted boards and have to fix that, if you were to change stain colors and the person had to pay for the stain, if you were going to pressure wash something, even you threw something in the outdoor furniture, you should use a change order. The change order should have your company name on it and so forth, the job name, the location, the property owner, the date, the address. Then the property owner authorizes the changes and so forth, and then you write down what the changes are. You have the new amount, you have the owner, and you both sign it, and then now you're legal. This keeps also, if there's any gray area at the end of the job, and this happens to a lot of contractors that I talk to, they get done the job and the customer says, oh, I thought it included staining underneath the deck, or I thought the repairs were included. There's so many things that customers come back with, oh, I thought it was included. Oh, I didn't know it was going to be extra. If the contract changes, you use a change order. This protects and keeps both you and the customer both on good terms, and there's no issues at the end of the job. If you're not using a change order, use a change order. Change orders are very, very important. I know some people are probably going to message me and say, hey, how can I get one of your change orders? We're going to hold it up. We're going to take a screenshot. Go ahead. If not, you can definitely message me. I'll get it to you. But I can't just teach you about wood all the time. I got to teach you some business stuff too. So I don't mind talking about pricing and estimating. I don't talk about those things that help us succeed and stay in business. I want to see businesses last. I want them to sustain. I want people to be proud of what they've built. This helps you. Just so you know, the remedy for violating the Consumer Fraud Act in most cases is 3 times the estimate of the job. So if you had put in, let's just say, a $10,000 job and you violated the Consumer Fraud Act, you could be on the hook for $30,000. Change orders will help keep you in compliance with the Consumer Fraud Act. This is Everett Abrams, the Wizard of Wood. Hopefully I've given you a great business tip today. I hope you apply this to your business. People were amazed when I started talking about this in the recent class at the huge convention. And I just want to pass out along, because I figured if 30 people out of 30 in the classroom did not know about that, there's probably a whole lot more out there that don't know about change orders. That's why you come to the Wizard of Wood, not just for the wood, but for the business stuff. Anyway, subscribe to the channel. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. I got some really good videos coming out. We've got quite a few in the can. We've really started putting a lot more on video, and you'll see a lot more pretty soon. All right, Wizard of Wood, I'm out.